Hey everybody, I'm Mike from Woodstock Furniture and Mattress Outlet. So you're thinking about the table that is perfect for you. Well, in this video, we're going to go over some things you need to consider. Number one, shape and size. What do you need on that front? How high do you want the table? What style do you want? What finish do you want? For all that, we need an expert, so let's welcome in Kathy Nunn. You can work with Kathy at the Acworth location of Woodstock Furniture and Mattress Outlet. And before we get into those issues and those concerns, we have such a selection here of dining tables.
We do.
Can we custom order as well?
Absolutely. We have a custom dining program that we can do, any shape or size finish. We also have where we can customize the manufactured tables that we carry as well,
okay,
on certain ones.
All right, at the end of the day, we want you to have the dining table of your dreams. So let's get to number one. That's the shape and size you need. Where do we begin to figure that out?
So the biggest thing is the size of your room and how many people you want to seat at the table. So if you know those things when you come in, that's a huge help. Also, if you have a current table and you're not just moving into a new home, then measure that table. And also photos of your area, space, helps with your style and that kind of thing. So we can help you with that.
Got it. And one other thing concerning measurements, on our website, we have a tool called the Room Planner. Very easy to use. You can utilize that. It's take those measurements. You can place a mock table in there. That can really help out as well.
Yes,
right?
And if you start to use that room planner and you're having issues, you can always give me a call, or whoever you're working with, they can help you with that.
Perfect. Okay, so get those measurements. So now let's take a look at some different shaped tables. Rectangle, tried and true. What are the positives of going with the rectangle?
So most, if you're doing a, you have a traditional dining room, a rectangle room, this is going to go great in it. Even some eat-in kitchen areas, you can do a rectangle. You can, there's various shapes, lengths, so you can seat different amounts of people. This one, as you can see, you have 6 that you can sit here, maybe 7 if you have the little ones on the bench. And yeah, so rectangle is probably the most popular.
Yeah, and again, if it adds a second leaf, you can get up to 8, 10, 12 people.
Yes, for those holidays, that would be great. Yes.
Okay, all right, let's move over here. Behind you, we have ourselves an oval table, and again, you see the oval table, dining and kitchen, right?
Absolutely. And so a good thing about this, as you can see, this still seats 6 people. But with it being oval and those corners shaved off, it gives you the appearance of it being smaller. It also takes up less space and it's easier to get around. So you can still seat 6 people here with not, if you have a smaller space, this might be the way to go.
Okay, all right, so we've looked at rectangle, oval, and here is just a large round table. What would tell us this is the way to go? Right,
if you have a big square dining room and you want this as your formal, we can do various sizes of the round as well. Also, if you have an eat-in kitchen, we have smaller round tables, like with a bay window. This would fit in nicely in an area like that. Also, it's great because as far as conversing, everyone can see each other and talk and communicate and have a good time. Great for game night, sometimes with a rectangle table you've got different ends of the table, and this is nice because everybody can see each other.
Yeah, great points there. Things for you to consider concerning shape and size. Next up, we're going to talk about the height of the table. All right, next up, the height of your table. There is the standard 30-inch, there's counter height at 36, bar height 42. Kathy, this seems to be tried and true. Do most people go this way?
Yes, most people do. This is your classic traditional height, so you can get your feet on the floor. It's great for little ones. You don't have to worry about them falling. So yeah, this is a great choice.
Okay, that's standard 30. The next one, you're seeing more of this, 36-inch counter height. What would tell us maybe that's the way to go? So
this is trending now. It's nice if you have taller people because more leg room. You also, in this particular table, you have extra storage. So if you have a small space, maybe an eat-in kitchen, and you need a little extra storage, that's great. It also, if it's in an eat-in kitchen, it can double as a workspace because it's counter height. So you've got your counters and your table you can use as that. So, also if you have pets, sometimes people want their table a little higher so they don't have to worry about the pets snatching something. So yeah.
Great point there. Last up, and we don't have it here, but bar height, we can get it for you, by the way. So that's 42 inches. That's pretty specific, isn't it, for like a basement type setup?
Like a man cave, a game room, pub table, like card table in a basement, something like that. And yes, we definitely can get those. And those are great at a bar height.
Okay, all right. Standard, counter, bar, some of those things for you to think about. Next up, we're going to be talking about style. Next item for you to think about, what style do you want? All right, Kathy, does it boil down to simply traditional versus modern versus transitional? Is it that easy?
It is, but there are definitely variations of each style. So this is your classic traditional with the dark finish. You have the smooth top, kind of like an inlay look on the table, which is nice. It's paired with a nice traditional rug and the end chairs here. So yeah, this is classic. It's like you said, tried and true, and great for a formal dining room.
Yeah, when people think, like you said, formal dining, this is what you're thinking about. So let's head the other side. Now we're talking about modern. What are the characteristics of this table that make it a modern look?
So just the clean, straight lines. The chairs are very modern. If you want to pull that chair out, you can see this is more of a modern base, and just the finish on it. This table is really big, but it has leaf, so it can get smaller. Yeah, so this would go great with your modern.
Got it. Okay, so we've seen modern, we've seen traditional, and then in between we have transitional. Is transition just maybe a mix of the two?
It is. That's exactly what it is. Transitional can have a lot of different elements. It can, pull a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and then now we have the rustic, the farmhouse, all of those can kind of go into that. This has a little bit of a textured, rougher finish, which could be more of a farmhouse with the plank look. That could be, farmhouse, which would go into transitional. The chairs, and then the base, you have a pedestal base here, but it isn't curvy. It's more straight lines. So yeah, a little bit of both, and this would be considered your transitional.
All right, fourth item for you to consider, finishes, and that's simply, we've already seen the traditional table, smooth finish, right?
Exactly. It would be just a, smooth, not the rough textured, but yeah, just a smooth, nice finish.
Okay. What are some other examples of finishes folks need to be thinking about?
More of the rustic look or the textured look. That could be farmhouse or transitional. And then you go into contemporary, which could be a smooth finish, or it could be, this would be considered a smooth finish and more contemporary. You have marble, you have glass, and then you have even painted that could go transitional or farmhouse.
Okay, all those things we need to think about when we're piecing things together. Is
absolutely.
This equals that, and again, it's helping you decide what you like best for your perfect table, right?
And it really comes down to that, is what makes you happy and what you want.
Great job by Kathy, and hopefully for you that really simplified. Just with a few answers to a few questions, you now have a better idea of the perfect dining table for you, whether you buy it here for something we have in stock or you custom order with one of our team members like Kathy. Thanks again for watching this video. We'll see you next time.